and welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod. My name is Ryan.
I'm Josh.
And we are back in your ear holes with a very special episode, episode 53. This is going to be our top 5 of 2018.
Top 5.
It is here. Everybody loves the top 5. I like making the list.
Mucho cinco.
I like
or grande. What
Grande.
Grande cinco. Bueno.
Everybody loves lists. And
there's entire sites posted to listicles, which when I first heard it, thought it was some kind of list of testicles.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too.
See?
But it's just our male privilege. So
yeah. Man, you were talking about about importance of female directors for female comic book world characters. Now you're talking.
I saw one Gillette commercial, and now I'm just ruined for life. I'm a worthless piece of garbage. So
a Gillette commercial.
Yeah. You're safe from that kerfuffle.
Have I been missing out on something? Yes,
I'm jealous of you.
Okay,
so
wait, don't breeze past this. This is so. What are you talking about, man?
There was a whole Gillette's new advertising campaign is basically, because remember, it's Gillette the best a man can get.
The best a man can get. Yeah.
They're saying men could get a lot better. Like, we're pretty shitty, and toxic masculinity is a problem, and we all need to strive to be better people, and that's the best a man can get.
Jesus Christ.
And people are freaking out on all sides because it's people who don't understand the irony of getting upset, and then people who are genuinely like, this is kind of fucked up. You're just like lumping everybody up like we're all a bunch of fucking
like we all suck. Yeah.
Like sexual harassers and shit.
Yeah.
So it was one big kerfluffle, and then
Jesus Christ.
Then there are people who are genuinely.
It's like I remember Cheerios made a commercial a while back with an interracial couple that had like a mixed race baby.
Yeah.
And they were like, I made the joke. I was like, a black woman, a black guy, and a white lady. This is a nightmare. And then, like, the next day, I read articles where they were just like, God,
people are genuinely mad.
I was like, it's a fucking Cheerios commercial, man.
Relax.
It's 2019. Who cares?
Well, and there's I don't know what company it is. Now I remember their marketing, but I don't know what the company is. So bad marketing. The one where it's like, oh, how's the whatever? It's fine. And it's always like, you want the best. Fine isn't good. And it has like the gay dads and the babies.
Yeah.
I never heard anything about that.
Yeah, but. God. Yeah, no, I saw that one and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. No, dude. Yeah, then there was that a very aggressive Yoplait commercial. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, I remember.
They were just like, I breastfeed my kids. What are you going to do about it? And I was like, fuck. I thought this was about yogurt.
And the problem is that it's like, there's no such thing as bad press, and everybody's talking about this commercial, and they knew it would happen. So there you go. Whether or not they actually want to make all men feel like they're garbage, I can't tell you.
No, it's just throwing shade.
And to be fair, the girl that he was like, yo, what's up, girl? She did have like a fat ass. But his friend was like, bro, not cool. We're better than that. And I was just like, that could have been his soulmate. I don't know. He didn't harass her. He just tried to talk to her.
Yeah, he was just hollering at her.
Yeah, he was just hollering. Let me holler at you. 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 So,
oh my God.
Now that might get cut out, but probably not.
Why not?
Because it's funny.
With it. Yeah.
Why
not?
Well, I don't know. That girl did have a fat ass. So,
but don't.
To
if
be
Missy
fair,
Elliott can sing about having a badonka-dunk, then we can compliment a girl on a badonka-dunk.
I agree. Perhaps he was acting.
Everybody still loves Sir Mix-a-Lot.
It's true. Perhaps he was acting inappropriately. I'm not sure. To be fair, we've stopped honking at girls on the side of the road.
It's very true.
And that used to be something we did. So you know what? Fucking Gillette. Well, and to be fair, I honked at everybody. It wasn't just girls.
I was going to say, you honked at a hobo, man, for no reason.
To be fair, we did make that improvement.
A mobo.
So give me some fucking credit.
A mobo. Gillette. He was a man hobo.
I thought you said Romo.
Yeah, it was Tony Romo.
So let's get into this.
Let's get on point here.
We're way off track. This is our top 5 of 2018 episode. We are going to be going over our top 5 favorites. Don't be mad at us. There are favorites. Relax a little bit. So we're not going to start with runner-ups. because
we're not doing runner-ups.
it makes it a lot easier to axe something from your list when you're like, oh, I'll just mention in the runner-ups. But
are we even doing worst? Because I didn't write worst.
we're not doing worst
because I couldn't really come up with a lot of bad ones.
Here's the problem. It's why are we going to focus on the worst when there's so many good movies out there that we didn't even see all of them? And that's another thing to keep in mind, is that this is from an incomplete sample size. We did not see every movie this
These
year.
are the best movies that we've seen. Yeah.
So with that, we will start into that. But I was going to say, we are not going to do a top 5 worst. But Josh, reflecting back on this year.
What was the worst I'd ever seen?
Reflecting back on this year, there was a lot of good. In fact, I had a hard time nailing down a lot of these are lock-ins, but I had a hard time. I started realizing I saw a lot of good movies this year.
Yeah, I liked a lot of the movies this year. It was kind of rough.
But
there's some on here that like I feel like were gimmies for most people, and like I was like, but was it one of my favorites?
Yes.
You know, and it's just like, was it the one this year that I was just like, man, this is why I watch movies.
Well, and that's what I wanted to bring up. While there are tons of really good ones, let's go back to last year. Blade Runner 2049
is still the best.
Is a masterpiece.
I fucking love that movie. I talked about that movie just today.
A masterpiece. So I would say,
and he's doing Dune.
Yes, I would say that since mine and yours top number one top movie of 2017 was the same.
Yeah.
And it's a masterpiece. I will say, is even though there was tons of good movies this year, I don't think anything was as good as Blade Runner 2049.
Oh no, no.
So
well, I don't think anything topped it.
Yeah. So that's not. Yeah, exactly. So that's not disappointing in and of itself. It's just kind of like this year we got a lot of great, a lot of good, and not just one excellent.
I think what blew me away about Blade Runner 2049, reflecting back, was that like it was a sequel, technically a remake.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a fucking shit culture. I'm really getting tired of this stuff. It did stop fucking with the classics, and then it stands entirely on its own. You don't need to watch Blade Runner to understand what's going on with that world. It's literally a reinvention of the world. Like there's a whole explanation for why things are different from Blade Runner, the first one, but it captures the entire spirit of that movie, and it stands alone on its own visuals. It's so good. It's even the story writing is better. It's a better executed version of a masterpiece. It's
great. So
anyway,
that's just something I want.
I could keep going about Blade Runner.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to bring up just as a quick reflection back, that we had matching top movies of 2017, and you know, it was incredible. So before we start with our top 5, I want to ask you, what was your biggest disappointment of this year?
Oh, biggest disappointment?
Yes.
Okay, not the worst.
Not the worst. Biggest disappointment.
Biggest disappointment? El Royale.
Oh wow. Okay.
I really, really went into that movie thinking it was going to be awesome, and there's so much potential there, but I feel like it gets muddled, and once this second act starts, it dries up real fast.
Ooh.
And then it's kind of a slog to the end. Chris Hemsworth does an amazing job. I really enjoyed him. John Hamm is underused.
Really?
Yeah, dude, he barely matters in that movie, and he was amazing. It focuses a lot on like Dakota Johnson, and she's never impressed me.
Are you sure? Have you seen 50 Shades of
50 Shades of everything? No. Yeah, no. And then like Jeff Bridges is actually, he delivers a good Jeff Bridges performance. He does very well, but it was, I don't know, he's not on his, it's no hell or high water.
Yeah.
You know, he's not wowing me with his abilities. And John Hamm underused. Chris Hemsworth was for me the standout performance from the movie. I don't know the name of the black lady that's in the movie, but I liked her a whole lot. I thought she was really good too. I don't think I've ever seen her before. If she's been around, I haven't seen her.
Yeah, that's on my list to watch. So it'll be interesting to see if I feel the same there.
Yeah, it's like it kind of goes a little too hard into like that Tarantino light type of thing, and like everything that tries to emulate Tarantino, it doesn't really work.
It'll fall on its face.
Yeah. It's sad because it's good. It's just it was kind of like
Disappointed you.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, mine. My biggest disappointment this year. It's pretty easy. Super Troopers 2.
You refused to speak about that movie. I don't think, did we ever actually record that conversation, or did we talk about it afterwards?
I said, we talked about it afterwards.
Yeah.
I said no, I refuse to talk about it. So,
I was just like, oh hey, we did watch. You're like, we're never speaking of that.
Yep. So it was very bad. As somebody who really, really, really likes those guys and Super Troopers and Beer Fest and Slam and Salmon even was great. Club Dread's not so great.
Club Dread was their weakest.
Yeah.
I haven't seen all of Slam and Salmon, but it made me laugh the bit that I've seen.
Yeah, and I believe that was a 48-hour film festival movie as well, which is impressive. So it was almost like it intentionally tried to do every single shitty thing that a late comedy sequel, because you got to remember this was a year after we got Zoolander 2.
Mm-hmm.
Anchorman 2 came out around that time.
Dumb and Dumber 3.
We got Dumb and Dumber, the new Dumb and Dumber movie. We got all sorts of these and they were all like gratuitous celebrity cameos, way too many references to the first movie because they didn't want to write new jokes. And
those awful, like, no, we'll just let them riff forever. Yeah.
And this was a passion project that they got group funded, crowdfunded to do. So I figured
well, see, and to me, it felt like one of those, like I paid for this. Oh, that's a joke I liked from the first movie.
Yeah,
it's like it delivered to those guys that kickstart things.
Yeah, it was so weird. It didn't really have to be a success for them. So I didn't understand why they didn't just do what they wanted to do, which maybe this is what they wanted to do and they're just hacks now. I don't know.
It's so weird because I understand what you're saying, because they could have gone the Clerks 2 route where I went into Clerks 2 expecting
the same
Super Troopers 2, and it's so much better than the original film. Clerks 2 is probably his best, I would say. I think Clerks 2 is definitely Kevin Smith's best film.
I prefer Ride Along, but I don't know if that was him.
I think it was his direction. I don't.
Yeah,
Cop Out. I don't know if that was his written, but I know it was his direction for sure.
Anyway, so and then just comedy overall. Spoiler alert: there's no comedy films on my top 5. Tag was a big disappointment. Deadpool 2 was a little bit of a disappointment for me.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 was just. Did you like Deadpool? Yeah. We've got more Deadpool.
It's not that it's a bad movie. It was worse. It was just like, oh well, they did another one.
Yeah, it wasn't like First Avenger and Winter Soldier, where they took the basic premise and then they expanded upon it, or Logan, taking the character in a totally different direction and everything.
Yeah, reflecting back to 2017, Logan also on both of our lists. It's one of the best superhero movies ever made.
I was gonna say, wasn't that our second favorite?
It was my third.
I think it was my second.
I had Baby Driver at second. You snubbed it from your list.
I snubbed it to my shame. No, dude, that's the best comic book movie ever made. The best superhero, best comic book movie. It's so good.
That being said, we don't have top 5 worst because it wasn't worth it.
It was not a bad year.
Yeah, to seek out the bad of the year. Why do that when there's so much good?
Yeah, we didn't have anything where we were like, we have to go see Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, fucking A.
Wasn't that both of our worst film, I think?
I believe so. I think it might have been Ghost in the Shell, but
oh god.
So I think we missed the cutoff for a set. I forget, but let's get into our top 5 favorite movies of 2018. Joshua, I'm going to let you start. What was your number 5?
Number 5. Surprising me, the more I thought about it, we talked about it here recently.
Ooh.
I sang its praises. It was Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
it is the best because it's the best Spider-Man movie ever made. They got the character and they delivered on it in every sense. They delivered on him in every possible sense.
Very, very, very good movie. Best Spider-Man movie I've seen. The animation really grew on me. I think about a lot of the shots. We talked about it a lot. This was our very last episode. If you want to hear more about it, just listen to that one.
Yeah.
You don't have to search for it. It's just the episode before this one. But
They updated the character. They gave you what Homecoming promised to me. It delivered on every promise that Homecoming made and failed to give to me. They did a totally new Spider-Man where you didn't have to see anything else. They put him in a new situation where he's in a new school and he doesn't want to be there. Like, that was perfect. It's a school for smart kids and he doesn't want to be there. Nobody's patting him on the back and telling him how great he is the whole time. The pushback is that he doesn't belong there and he doesn't want to be there. So he's pushing back on the better situation.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
a totally reinterpretation of Peter Parker.
That helped. That helps show you like his connection to where he lived and why he would want to be the Spider-Man he ends up becoming and all that stuff. It's great. It's great work.
It's a the music is so integral to the film. Like, I listened to the soundtrack and it's actually one of those ones where I love the guy who did that, Daniel Pemberton.
Yeah.
He does great work. He did the soundtrack for Jobs. Not Jobs. Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, he did that one. Steve Jobs. Yeah, that one. He did the soundtrack for that movie, and I love that soundtrack. And then he did the soundtrack for King Arthur, which has really grown on me over the time. And but this one, it's like you're listening to it, and you get that theme when Prowler shows up.
Yeah,
and it's like, you have to see Prowler to really get into the music. And it's so crazy because while you're listening to the soundtrack, you can see him moving and everything. It's such a fluid movie and every part of it is important to every other part. It's I'm gushing again, but Into the Spider-Verse blew my mind. It was such a great movie.
I concur. I concur. So
what, Ryan, was your number 5th?
This might come number 5th. This might come as a surprise to people who have been listening to the podcast for a while. Number 5 for me, Ryan of the Mighty Movie Pod. My number 5 favorite movie of this year was Halloween.
Ooh,
2018.
A scary movie from that young Ryan.
A horror movie in my top 5 of the year.
This is I got it. I'm glad you come around, man. At least for this one.
Yes.
I do. That was a hard one for me to figure out where to put. That one is a good fucking movie.
Trust me. My number 5 spot was much what's the word I'm looking for? Thought over and whatever. There was people were battling it out, but only one could come who could get it. Halloween.
There can only be one that comes out of Thunderdome.
Can only be one. Halloween. And this is coming off of the night prior watching the original. Blew my mind. They did the whole, much like we're talking about with Blade Runner or a lot of these other soft reboot / sequels going on. They really captured the essence of the suspense. They went a little over the top in a couple places, but
the action's a little much.
A little much in some places.
Some of the kills are a little.
But when it comes to some of the other movies, it's it's definitely toned down. But they made him scary again. They just made him fucking murder people.
Dude, 100%.
It was, it was October. We were in a dark theater.
It was a Halloween movie at Halloween.
And like I was feeling it, the atmosphere the movie made and like the fun of it.
Oh yeah.
It was just fun and scary and just well acted in some places, and
the kids need
very good direction and very good Michael Myers sequences.
Oh God, no, I share your praise about the return of Michael just being a fucking like a shark on land. He just kills. There's no purpose to it. He doesn't have a destiny.
Yeah, he was never actually going to the place he ends up near the end of the movie.
No, everybody thinks he's gonna go there, and then they take him there.
They actually had to kind of come up with a little bit of a plot contrivance to make that happen.
Yeah, but I feel like story. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that was like the whole plot. We're like, well, he's gonna go there. We can't let him go there. Oops.
Yeah, whoopsie. It was I was high on that movie for a long time. It just made me feel good.
Dude, the soundtrack alone is just it just shows how John Carpenter has grown as an artist, dude. I fucking love that movie, dude.
Yeah,
I'm with you, dude.
The soundtrack situation, you're 100% right. But yeah, that movie just stuck with me, and it just made me go like, it felt like somebody who really wanted to make that movie.
Yeah, no, full props to Danny McBride and his buddy, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking, I didn't think they'd be able to do that. I really was, and it's again the second time a comedian has third time actually.
Yeah.
Typically, comedic actor has surprised me with a horror type of movie. A Quiet Place,
Yes.
and Get Out being the other two.
Absolutely, and I loved A Quiet Place as well. That's not on the list.
Not mine either.
Well, there we go. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So
Spoilers.
yeah, that was that was much
Dude,
much
good pick, man.
thought over.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank
dude.
you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. All right, that is our number 5s. Now on to number 4. Joshua, what is your number 4 movie of the year?
Another one I just talked about, Outlaw King.
Ooh,
I fucking loved that, dude. It's like it feels like it's a throwback to those 90s war, historical piece flick. It's brutal, it's crazy, and Aaron Taylor Johnson is so amazing in that movie. He steals the whole show. And it's the director of Hell to High Water. So it's these beautiful shots. Like, he just makes it. Mackenzie just makes a beautiful, like, he's Scottish, and you can tell he loves his country.
Yeah, wow.
And it just, there's these great shots of the landscape. Every performance is really good. It's like very subtle while being very, very in your face. And it's just, like I said, Aaron Taylor Johnson, you feel his anger and you really get with him in that movie. And then Chris Pine does a great job, aside from his accent, does a great job at playing a subdued, calculating, a kind of madman.
Yeah, man, fuck. This is one, it's a repeat of last year, but this is my own fault because you have been telling me to watch this.
Yeah.
And I was fully planning on it like very soon. And just, man, but now I'm number 4. Damn. Now I'm really excited to watch this movie.
I really liked it, man. It's just,
and I wanted to watch it anyway.
The one complaint I have for it, why it's at number 4 and not higher, is because it does feel a little rushed. And it feels like it's not, you're not quite getting everything that's there. And then, like I said when I was talking about it, apparently there's like 22 or 25 minutes cut from the film.
Out of it, yeah.
Because people were complaining about run times. And I was like, who fucking cares? Braveheart's like a 4-hour movie, dude. Yeah. Who cares? Like, no, this is a good interest. It got me so interested in Robert the Bruce that I'm actually reading a book about Robert the Bruce right now.
It's a Netflix movie, so it's really weird that they would do that, especially because I didn't think watch time was a problem.
I thought you'll sit there, you'll watch fucking 10 hours of Daredevil, but you're complaining because the Outlaw King is 3 hours long, Yeah,
it's a little weird.
But no, man, everybody, please watch Outlaw King. It's the best history pick about Scottish history I've ever seen.
I will,
dramatized.
I will report back on this. That'll move to the top of my list now that I know that it's getting that sort of praise.
I fucking love that movie, dude.
Whew. Wow. All right.
Well, what's yours, my friend?
Ryan.
My friend.
Number 4 favorite movie of 2018 was Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh. Yes. Another good one.
What is there really to say?
It's the best action movie since John Wick.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, exactly. Since we're in a long time.
Excellent pick, man.
The action is incredible. You can listen to the episode where we discuss it. The action is incredible, without a doubt. The way they shoot it, ridiculous.
The bathroom fight scene, dude, we were talking about this the other day about what parts were our favorite parts. Yeah. And it's just you think of one and then another one.
What about this one?
Yeah,
but what about this part?
What about the car chase? What about the foot chase? What about the, and it's just...
all of that is high budget, high top of the craft, fucking filmed great,
the
acted great, stunt work great, fucking filmed great. They're pulling all the stops, steady cams, car chases, fucking helicopters, fucking everything.
Well, it's like I was saying about Outlaw King, how it seems to call back to another time period. Fallout for me calls back to it early, like back in the 70s and 80s when we were practical doing all kinds. It's like a guy's holding onto a car by a strap, filling a fucking car chase.
And that's where the studios wanted to dump all their money because it comes out so great. And it's not all going into CGI like it is these days.
Nope.
It's great. And that aside, The performances are good overall. You still got Tom Cruise, and it is what it is.
Cavill was really surprising.
But Cavill was great.
I thought he was awesome. Rebecca Ferguson doing a fantastic job.
And the story, as usual, it's very kind of grandiose and in consequence, but it was also very more down to earth.
It was personal,
doing smaller personal espionage. It had more of the traditional Mission Impossible 007 type shit mixed with the crazy action movie. It
made me think a lot of Skyfall, like a Skyfall light kind of thing. But like it had a lot of those like quieter moments where we're reflecting with Hunt about like the way he spent his life and everything like that. And it was the whole like, you'll be disavowed, like, oh, Mission Impossible's in trouble again. But it
wasn't like Rogue Nation where they went back and forth
Ghost
and
Protocol,
a million people ripping masks off.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol. No, this was all Hunt's in trouble.
Yeah.
And he's screwed up and he's trying to fix a mistake, and that's why it's in trouble. It was, like you said, much more personal. I agree with you.
The pacing of the film, kind of like the stakes and the tense moments were smaller and more. They were going more into like the social engineering instead of somebody always just hacking into something. Like, it was the best.
Oh yeah, dude. The helicopter fight is just so impressive.
Oh yeah.
And Henry Cavill is a great villain. He was so good as the villain. I thought he was amazing.
So like just all of that comes together in a million. What did you say?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's over now.
It's over. I got it, but I was like, whatever. But yes, that is my number 4. So there you are, our number 4s. Now we're getting into the big dick.
Ooh.
Shit. We are going bronze, silver, gold here.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yes.
Number 3.
Huh? Yeah. Number 3 is First Man.
It's not that I don't like that movie. It was in consideration for my number 5 for sure.
Oh.
And you got to understand, I fucking love Damien Chazelle.
I know.
And I love Ryan Gosling.
I know.
And the fact that he had a movie this year and it didn't get my list, it actually really, really, really hit me hard.
Well, I'm gonna spoil you. Right, I'm gonna tell you a spoiler right now. Mission Impossible Fallout is not on my list.
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough. I mean, fair enough. We have differing tastes. That's why we come together to discuss.
But like you are absolutely not wrong. Fallout was amazing.
Yeah, and you're not wrong either. I said, it was going for a spot on the list for sure, and I had to think about it a lot. And like I said, love Damien Chazelle. Really enjoyed that movie. Gave it top marks. But you go ahead and tell me where it got your bronze medal.
You know why it gets me, dude? It's the POV of the experience of these men that went out into space.
It's what differentiates itself.
And it's not just the fact that we are fucking Armstrong and everybody getting into these fucking spacecraft. It's the way like we're hearing the noise and we're not outside. We're not looking at the spectacle of the rocket taking off. It's not glorifying that. We've seen that. We've done that. We're inside the craft. We're hearing the creaks and the moans, and we're getting that one really cool shot of just a Phillips head screw. That it's just like look at this. Look at this. Is how we went to space with screwdrivers. It's insane to me, and it's so personal, and it's one of those ones like it made me enjoy a biopic, and I don't normally care for those.
Yes.
And it was so good. And Ryan Gosling again is giving his I don't talk much and I say so much performances. Like he's so fucking amazing in the movie. I was just like, I fucking think and like the whole moon landing is a big thing for me and everything. Because it's a huge achievement for humanity.
No, me too. And you're 100% right. That's what differentiates this from, and this is what we talked about the most when we reviewed the movie, when we discussed the movie. All of that is 100% right. And I'm glad that like that really got you because
it was so like, I don't know if you remember, but like when they first did it and we became fucking.
That was the
I
best.
I
scene
leaned
of the
forward
movie.
in my seat and was just like, what?
And
the
I
fuck?
guess if we would have seen it in IMAX, because you know how they do the transitions, I guess that scene has a really like they actually built the transition of that IMAX to like make it even more of a spectacle.
Oh my god! So it looks like you're wearing the helmet. Oh fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah. So,
but no, dude, just the roar of the engine and the creaking and the flames that you hear outside, and you can't see anything. You're just looking forward and like to the sides and stuff. It's so intense. It's like the fucking van scene in Argo, where you know how this ends.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how it ends, but you're just like pumping at the heart. You know, it's like, oh my god, are they gonna make it to space? You know, and it's.
I fully agree, right?
Dude.
Like the lady who's like, are they gonna die?
Does he take it? And I was like, fucking read a book.
Yeah.
You know?
And I guess, God, it's funny that you bring up Argo because it's gonna make me sound like a hypocrite right now because I loved that movie so much. That was like my number one movie that year.
Oh yeah.
I fully recognized and gave him tons of props for how he differentiated himself in making a biopic and how this is not a moon landing biopic.
It's not Apollo 13
it's not
or
anything like
Yeah.
that. It's about one man.
It's about the person.
And any information we get is
person.
only how it's relevant to him. How it's shot is what we're getting from his perspective, and he killed it. And I love Damien Chazelle, and I was like, wow, he really did it. At the end of the day, though, what I love about Chazelle is his kind of ambiguous, tense kind of moments. And since I knew how everything was going to eventually let out, I appreciated and admired what was happening on the screen, but it didn't hit me emotionally as much as something that like as an original piece would have or whatever. But that being said, the movie's like a fucking A+, like for real. It's fucking great. I loved it. But you know, fucking people are battling out for these spots. This is big time shit.
Oh yeah.
And
to get a top 5 slot,
just hearing
top 3 slots for the Mighty Movie Pod. People put that in the papers.
They do. But hearing you talk about it makes me feel like an asshole for not having it on my list. So good job talking it up. And wow,
dude,
I'm really happy that made such a top spot.
Dude, it's just like I went into that so nervous, and it paid off in dividends that I did not know existed. Dude, I was just like, this is insane. I remember reading an article about it before I saw it, talking about a POV part, and I was like, oh god, I don't want hardcore Harry
Doom.
shit. Yeah, Doom, hardcore Harry, you know. And I'm just like, Henry.
Yeah.
I fucking get the name.
You do it every time.
But yeah, dude, I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then like just blown away by it.
There are scenes that probably one of the best scenes of the year. If I'm going over, let alone like standalone scenes, like dude, that's top list.
I was hard, dude. The top 3 was very competitive for me this year, and that was a hard one to figure out where. I knew it was top 3. I didn't know where it was going.
What I was gonna say, mine, my top 3 are kind of lock-ins, but it was where I put them all.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Ryan.
I think I see where your 2 and 1 are going though. So this will
be interesting.
This might throw you for.
I think our top 2 are going to be our top 3 will be top 2 will be similar.
Yes. So number 3 for me, Josh. And I gotta say, this has been going back and forth between 2 and 3. It landed. It's in the moleskin.
Oh, that's permanent. That's permanent. Stone.
There's no changing it.
That's
as much as I'm looking and thinking about changing it. No, I'm just kidding. It's locked in at number 3.
First Man.
First Man. Annihilation.
Ooh.
Now, Josh, before I start talking about Annihilation,
all right,
should we move to your number 2?
Yes.
Okay. Number 3 for me is Annihilation.
My number 2 film of the entire year, Annihilation.
Okay, perfect. So we got that out of the way.
I fucking loved that movie, dude.
I mean, to be honest, this is the second horror-esque movie on my list.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, nothing is going to top Blade Runner 2049 in my heart or in, I think, in the world, but Annihilation is right underneath that movie, dude.
Absolutely.
I've been waiting for real sci-fi to come back, and Annihilation and Blade Runner 2049 have delivered in spades to me.
Especially in a year after we were watching stuff like Alien Covenant and other kind of just
Rogue
One, Solo, fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
This movie, oh man, hard sci-fi. It's smart. It's fucking beautiful.
It's philosophical. It's scientific. It's
frightening.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
The topic about how like we always want to progress, but we're terrified of progress.
Yes.
You know, and it's just like, because I mean, and there's no sinister. It's sinister just by existing. Like it's not.
If we don't understand something, it's got to go.
Exactly. Yes. It's unknown, and we are terrified of that. It's so brilliant.
How we feel about change,
dude.
It's the smartest. It's the smartest movie of the year.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't confusing. It wasn't like I was watching Arrival and I was mad.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Yeah. Fucking dude.
Because I watched that movie like 3 times trying to figure out how I felt about it.
Dude, I did the same thing. And I was like, I still fucking hate this movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No, dude, Deus Ex.
Yeah.
That guy.
And that was one of the best movies of that year.
Not Deus Ex. Ex Machina.
Ex Machina, yes.
Dude, no, man. Him and Denis are like, they're my boys, dude, for sci-fi right now.
Absolutely.
Dude, and it just all female cast. You know, everybody's talking about, this
doing fucking Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters made
and this
much. This movie's 100 times better than that movie will ever be.
Yeah, and it's not in your face because of fake marketing. Yeah, that people are mad that women are doing science because fake nobody is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if everybody cared about STEM in fucking female roles, like this is the movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
But it's not in your face about it because guess what? That's how it should be.
It's just a fucking movie.
Women can be scientists. Deal with it, guys.
Exactly.
But no, the cast is amazing.
Out of control. Fucking Natalie Portman for the first time, really impressive.
In a while,
I can't say I'm a big
not since
Natalie
Padme
Portman
Amidala have I seen
she died as she
get
lived.
into a role like this.
She died as she lived. A plot device.
Jennifer Jason Leigh had a good. I liked her.
I thought she was amazing. But Valkyrie, the girl who plays Valkyrie, was super good.
How come I can Tessa
Thompson? Yeah,
Tessa Thompson was good. Yeah,
she's really impressive. Dude. Yeah, if you're at all interested in thought-provoking storylines, if you got a vested interest in seeing an all-female cast.
There's a million reasons to watch this movie.
But if you like being scared, if you love sci-fi, period, check out Annihilation. It is Oscar Isaacs is barely in the movie, and it's one of his best performances.
He freaked me out,
dude. He is horrifying. Ooh,
yeah.
God, it's gorgeous, and it's horribly beautiful. We'll call it that. It is the best Lovecraft movie that's ever been made.
Absolutely. And I guess it's loosely based off of something somebody kind of found out.
It's kind of Mountains of Madness.
Okay.
A little bit of Mountains of Madness. At least that's what I picked from it.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody has their own opinions.
It's like Mountains of Madness. It's the Heart of Darkness. It's it's so many good.
I think Heart of Darkness is what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Apocalypse Now and all that. Because the further you go, the crazier you go, and you realize that you might be the villain. And it's it
has that in spades. But it's easily the smartest movie. It's definitely worthy of a silver and a bronze from here on the Mighty Movie Pod,
dude. 100%.
Just go see it. No spoiler arenas. You're gonna, if you have any brain in your head and you like any kind of solid movie, this will be an A+ for you. I guarantee it,
dude. It's
and you can take that to the bank.
Oh, the blood bank.
The blood bank.
Continuing our love for the man, the myth, the Steven Seagal.
Seagal, baby. So. All right, well then that brings me
to your number deuce. I think it's so funny. I think we had a shared one early in the list last year too.
Yes. This brings me to my number 2 of the year.
Ooh, I'm very interested in this because like it's getting down to it like where we're like, I know we're in the same territory.
Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Okay.
Now, Josh, before I talk about Ballad of Buster Scruggs as my number 2 movie of the year, should we talk about your number 1 movie of the year?
You just ruin my list every fucking time, dude. Yeah, Ballad of Buster Scruggs, of course.
Is your number 1 movie of the year?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. No, ding, 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 ding. Boom, boom, boom. Josh's number 1 movie, 2018, Ballad of Buster Scruggs. And until very recently, I was on the same page as him. So let's talk, my man.
Really?
Yep.
Now I'm very intrigued by what your number 1 is. No, dude, I told you after we watched it, this is my favorite movie of the year. This is my favorite movie.
It is a movie lover's dream.
It is just, dude, you don't even have to be a Coen Brothers fan.
No.
Like, oh my God.
It has everything for everybody.
It has everything for there's only one in the whole thing that I think is a little weak, but it's still so gorgeous that I don't even care.
I will tell you, this was a battle for me in my number 1.
Yeah.
The only reason it's number 2 is because of that unevenness.
That one.
That little bit of unevenness in the story made me go, ooh.
Yeah. No, you know what's funny is...
But that's one thing.
The genius of the last story, just rewatching it. I've watched that movie probably 12 times.
I've seen the first half a lot. I'll have to go back and watch, and which sucks because one of the best segments is near the end.
It's near the end. The longest one.
That last bit though, it grew on you. Did it start to become more and more reveal itself to you?
It's so crazy because like I got it the first time. I was
So
like,
did
that's
I,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool. I get it. But like, just the subtlety of the dialogue is so, because they outright tell you within the first few lines of dialogue what's going on in that whole bit. And then the whole thing is just a discussion back and forth about the whole point of it. And not even just the whole point of that bit, but the entire collage that is fucking Buster Scruggs. The movie's brilliant, dude. And honestly, I've thought about it. My favorite segment is the James Franco segment, dude.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It's just to the point. I really, really like it. Yeah.
I love the color balance that they use.
Oh,
that shot when he opens the door from the bank and he's still got the cool blue, but when he looks out and you can see where they edged the light, the orange light from the harsh light from the outside in with that cool green blue from inside the bank, and he's still blue, but when he looks out, his face turns the color of the.
They have always
Franco's best performance too.
Yes. Yeah, dude. When the dude tries.
Oh, dude, when he puts an effort in, he can surprise the shit out of you with what he can do.
It's got classic Coen Brothers dialogue. Like you said, there's segments where that's the main thing. It's got...
my God. And even when because like, to reference, my one that's not that great. No dialogue for the most part, but they do so with those crazy cuts that they do back and forth where they're talking to each other without saying a goddamn word. It's so...
The way it's edited, the way that it's shot, the way it looks, fucking everything about it is just like, hey, this is like our master work.
This is, yes.
Of just like, we're going to put everything we have into this. And the way they did it was by making it a collage of short stories.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's so amazing, dude. It is, dude. It's Carter Burwell's soundtrack is phenomenal. The original songs are brilliant.
Yep.
I can't
Oscar nominated.
Soon
to be nominated.
Soon to be winner.
On to something else.
Dude, fucking, I can't think of the guy's name, but he's Buster Scruggs.
Yeah.
His crowning performance, dude. He is
absolutely
so amazing, and I love that guy. And
so do I.
That just the fact that they took a Looney Tunes cartoon and made it a live action showed the brutality,
visceral violence,
and he's just so affable and so like, yep, that's just.
Now let's sing a song about killing a man.
Sing about killing a man in a bar that he just killed, fucking Surly Joe, and everybody's just loving it. they keep cutting to Krumholtz and he's just clapping and laughing. And it's like Clancy Brown's face is a mush pile. And it's so fucking great.
It delighted me. I couldn't believe that I had watched something like that. It shouldn't exist.
It shouldn't. It's
so
too
great.
good for this world.
It's too good for this world.
So
great,
dude.
Number one. It's so deserving of a top spot this year, and it was until very recently for me. Like I said, the thing that teetered the other one, and so my number one was just that little bit of unevenness, but due to the structure of the movie, moreover than that being a bad segment, it was kind of just like it was a product of the structure, and so overall, I gave it a little bit of guff for that, but it is. Damn. Damn.
And incidentally, not incidentally, to just round it out, The Girl Who Got Rattled is my my second favorite. It is the most heartwarming love story I've seen in a long time. I loved that bit so
super
much.
Good.
It's and even when I say that that one of them is weak, it's still amazingly good.
Yeah,
like, it's like
I said, it's not even the fact that it's bad. It's just it affects the flow of the movie.
You get these two really high marked ones, and then that one's kind of, and then you get the Tom Waits one right after, which is just like it's the happiest story in the entire collection.
It does everything. Like I said, it's got emotional weight. It's got feel good. It's got laughs. It's just it's very close to a perfect movie, which is weird because it's not really a feature length movie. It's an odd thing. It's for people to enjoy. Don't get fucking muddied in what it is.
Yeah, don't worry about that. No, 2 Netflix movies on my list. One of them being my number one of the year, dude. It's just I told you early, right after we watched it. I was like, this is my favorite movie. I know this right now.
It was a number one lock. It was a number one lock for me, and then it got unlocked. Yeah. And it was very, very surprising.
Well, Ryan, why don't you tell me what was your unlock?
All right. So be prepared for this one.
Hunter Killer.
It is Hunter Killer. No.
I knew it.
All right. My number one gold medal from here on the Mighty Movie Pod. From me.
God. Did you get to it, man?
Suspense.
It's killing me.
My number one is A Star Is Born.
Oh, you saw it.
I did watch it.
Oh, okay.
I watched it, and oh my God. Are people not giving Bradley Cooper enough fucking credit for this movie?
He directed
it,
right?
He directed it, and you know, it's. I have not seen the Barbra Streisand one. I haven't seen the original.
I saw it when I was like a kid.
I haven't seen the Judy Garland remake or any of that.
Yeah.
So that I'm going to put that out there right at the forefront. But it is based off of the Judy Garland one, I believe.
Oh, dude, that's the True Grit. The Jeff Bridges one is infinitely better than the original.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the case, but this movie, yes, he directed it, and not only did he direct it, but he was the main actor in it. He was the lead actor. His performance, fucking amazing.
Bradley Cooper's a good actor.
He's not getting the fact that
he's like the lesser Tom Cruise almost.
It's weird. This is the second movie where he's like blown me away. Silver Linings Playbook. I loved him in that one. He's even better in this, and he directed the motherfucking thing. Lady Gaga's getting a lot of the buzz. She did good. It wasn't the best performance I've ever seen.
I've heard the song, and it's very brilliant. Yeah. I love it. It's really good.
Dude, I have not been emotionally affected by a film like the way this did in a very long time. I want to be an asshole and say something like, since I saw The Force Awakens, but I'll say that's a completely different thing. Yeah. I'll say Cinderella Man or something like that.
Yeah.
But it hit me like a ton of bricks, and fucking the direction, the way they move, the way that he moves the camera, and it's not this shaky cam. It's not the weird like fucking spot zooms and stuff where you're trying to feel there. it's just like everything's very steady cammed and everything feels very planned, but you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time it's very close up, very personal.
See, I heard that the Queen biopic does something very similar, and I
Really?
want to check that out. But no, dude, yeah,
Yeah,
Star is Born.
So do I. And just fucking, and here's the thing. So Bradley Cooper's performance, the story overall, the direction, and motherfucking Sam Elliott. He's not in the movie a lot, and he just destroys. It's his first Oscar nomination, and he better fucking win for best supporting actor.
Oh, because he's got some pretty stiff competition. I've heard, too.
Every scene he's in, he just fucking kills it. There's one scene near the end of the movie. It's a long kind of lingering shot on him. Kind of just lingers there. No dialogue. And I got like the worst allergies suddenly at that moment. It's super. I got something in both my eyes. It was big. It was God damn it. It was the worst. But
must have been terrible.
Yeah, it was the worst. I could barely see what was happening. So, but no, it's like there's no dialogue, and like, dude, Sam Elliott, he's a legend. But like the performance he gives in this, like everybody felt
it's been a long time since I've seen Sam Elliott act.
Everybody felt like they were all in for this. And there's this weird sense of realism in bringing something that's kind of like a surreal living, like this kind of life and the events that happen, like bringing it down to earth and not feeling like overly glorified. It's like the strangest.
See, that's interesting because that's very similar to how I felt about First Man. How it was just raw and people.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why, like, when I heard you talking about it, I'm just like, yes, like I agree with all of these things, but I have not seen any A Star Is Born before. That's why I threw that out there right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Dude, like I said, I haven't been impacted.
Oh no, I said First Man.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying that's why I'm saying I haven't seen any of these at the beginning because my argument for First Man was I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get it.
But yeah, I haven't been affected by a film like this in a long time, and it lingered with me for days. And it's not a musical. Like at all. The music's a big part.
No, I heard that it was just like, no, they play music.
Yeah, they're
play
musicians. But early on you get a lot of like performance scenes and stuff like that, but it's not a musical, and
it's about the musicians.
The story itself is just amazing. And yeah,
well, gosh, now much like you with Outlaw King, now I feel like such high praise.
Yeah, I was completely not expecting. I was not expecting this. Yeah. I was expecting to be like, yeah, that was good. Like, oh, I'm glad I watched that because I wanted to see. But like, I wasn't.
You weren't expecting.
I wasn't going out of my way thinking. I was thinking Spider-Man was going to be like a fucking amazing. It didn't even make my top 5.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was in the running, but for the most part, this is what happened with Spider-Man for me, and it's probably my own fault. But keeping tempered expectations, and then I watched it, and I was like, wow, it's a really, really good Spider-Man movie. That's what I expected from it. And I was expecting it to be more than a really, really good Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because that's all it needed to be. And it was a little bit more than that to me, because like I wasn't expecting to love the style as much and the music and whatever else was going on. But for whatever reason in my mind, I was just like, damn, they did it. That's the best fucking Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. Yeah. And then I was like, but what else did it do? I have no idea why I'm so harsh on that movie. Because like, it was battling out for a top 5 spot, but
dude, for me, it was just like, this is the first one where I can't complain about any angle they have.
No complaints.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, though, I'm just kind of like, there needed to be some spark there.
Oh, wow,
something that,
dude.
and for what
that's funny.
I don't know why
like,
I'm overly harsh on it.
It gave me that fucking that spark, man. I was super into it, dude.
I have no idea what my problem was with that, and that's why Halloween, out of all of the things that could have been my top 5,
nuts,
it gave me that spark of something that I was like, brilliant.
See, I was expecting Halloween or A Quiet Place somewhere on your list, probably. But I wasn't confirmed for it. I'm surprised that neither of us put Infinity War on there.
That's what I wanted to discuss. So anyways,
I was going to discuss it too.
Yeah, those are our top 5s. Number 1,
love them or leave them.
Yeah, number 1 for Josh is Buster Scruggs. That was at my number 2. My number 1, A Star Is Born. There you are. Those are the gold medals. Check those out if you have not seen them. Now, Josh.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about a
Maybe-
little
maybe
bit what's
give-
not on our list.
Yeah.
And talk about that for a little bit. So I said no honorable mentions, but there's a lot going on this year.
Yeah. Might as well give them a. We didn't list anything.
You ended up having a comic book film on your top 5.
Yes.
I did not even have a single one.
No,
And
I was surprised that like one made it on the list because I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, last year I had Logan and Thor Ragnarok on my
Yeah.
list. So
Yeah. I think I had Thor Ragnarok. No, Thor Ragnarok was a runner-up.
yeah, I believe so. But you had Logan, obviously.
Yeah. Oh God.
But
Yeah.
Infinity War didn't make either of our lists. Do we hate that movie? Why are we such haters?
Infinity War for me was it was more of the same. And that's not to say not to knock it, because it was the culmination of everything that they've been doing and the fact that they excelled beyond my expectations.
Big time.
Cap is the only one who kind of gets left out in the cold, but I feel like there's a lot of subtle character going on with him that you can see, and it pays off, having watched it a couple more times and everything. But it was just satisfying to see that they pulled this off, and they even did some characters better than their standalones.
It was an enjoyable spectacle.
Man, definitely full marks for it. But
oh yeah.
It's at the end of the day, it's the super. I will give.
If we were
it,
doing top 10s, yeah, sure.
Oh,
Easy.
for sure,
easy,
for
somewhere
sure.
in there.
But yeah, dude, I was just kind of like I've kind of seen it before. The ending is different.
Yeah,
that was shocking.
Yes,
but I was just kind of like, yeah, man, they're gonna pull through.
Yeah, they did. They did it really good. This is a really good one.
Yeah, It's definitely the best Avengers movie since the first one.
Yeah,
it's better than the first one. The first one, again, I was surprised they were able to pull the first one off. And this one, again, after everything got muddled, I was just like, wow, well done, guys. You have reminded me why I love this stuff. Thank you very much. But it didn't surprise me like Into the Spider-Verse did, where I was just like, holy shit, they finally made a great Spider-Man movie. And I can't really rip into it about how this character fell apart and they didn't do this and they didn't get this right or anything like that. It all felt like they understood every aspect of not just Peter Parker, but Spider-Man in general, and the new one, Miles Morales, your main character. Yep. They understood all of it and they gave it to me. And it's the first time I've ever been in love completely with a Spider-Man movie.
Outside of Deadpool, it was just an amazing year for comic book movies. But it's like, it's not, there's a lot of great movies this year, and they're not all, we enjoy comic book movies.
Ant-Man versus Ant-Man and Wasp.
Great.
I loved that movie. It's dude, Ant-Man is consistently my favorite. Consistently one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Aquaman ended up really liking
Aquaman. Okay, who thought that was coming?
Who's seen that coming?
Yeah,
Spider-Verse. That Spider-Verse was very, very close. It almost pushed it over the edge of being like, no, this is top 5.
I went
material.
back and forth. Like, I don't know if I want to put a comic book movie on my fucking list.
No, I'm not worried about that. It's not
no, because it's just like I was just kind of like I was like, man, I don't know how much did I enjoy the comic book movies of this year. That was the kind of thing where I was like, I'm getting kind of worn out on the whole thing. And then like I saw Into the Spider-Verse, and I was just like, no, this has to go. And it was a close one between Infinity War and that one, because like up until Into the Spider-Verse, I was like, it's Infinity War. This movie's amazing.
Oh,
this
movie's
and really good. It did make me love again, It did.
Yeah, this year just made me, when we had talked about fatigue and whatever else, and no, this year brought it back. But top 5s are top 5s. It didn't make the cut. Doesn't mean we didn't like it.
Yeah.
And it was a great year for that. Something else that didn't make either of our top 5s.
Fallout didn't make my list because I genuinely didn't know where to put it. Mm-hmm. It was another one that was in for my 5.
Yeah.
My 5th spot. And just like, man,
things slip through the cracks on a year like this.
Dude, it was just really hard not to do it.
Not putting Spider-Verse on there really was a really big one for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and Fallout, like,
dude,
Doesn't mean you didn't like it.
No. Oh, dude, fucking as soon as you said it, I was like, nice. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing. When something is on your list that's not on mine, I'm just like, cool. I'm glad that this.
You know what's funny? What almost made my top 5 just because I laughed so hard was the Predator. Dude, I haven't laughed that hard at a movie in a new movie in a long time, dude. That comedy.
Dude.
And it's like, I really feel like people are missing the point on that movie.
Seeing that in theaters was like an experience. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
What the hell is going on? Yeah, exactly. Like, and then like the conversation, because like we recorded it and we talked about it on the car ride back. We're like, are they trying, or did they just make a? I still think, I believe.
I choose to believe as well.
Because like there's like, oops, we fucked up. But I know the two of them can make a good Predator movie. They made a good Predator movie. And this time, I really think they were just like, no, fuck this. Dude.
This wasn't a try and fall flat. This was, we're going to give you a stupid movie that you want, you dum-dums.
It's just like...
Because I think they probably tried at one point, and then the studio probably gave them notes, and they said, okay.
They said, fine.
Oh, you're going to start doing that.
You're going to do that? All right, fine. Well, we're going to make a big, dumb movie. And it's so gloriously dumb. It's just... And it's like someone at Asylum had talent. You know, it's so good.
That was a good one. Pacific Rim Uprising was another movie that was like dumb and good and stupid. And
yeah, that's just a good, dumb, fun time. I loved that movie.
2018, like I said, I wanted to be like down on it. Like, oh man, we didn't get like a Blade Runner 2049 that's like a masterpiece or anything like that. Like Logan or Baby Driver, which is like a masterpiece in my eyes.
Oh, dude. Just for editing alone.
Total snub from the man across the table
Josher.
from me. But then I started thinking
that movie.
I started thinking about how much good there was and how much enjoyable, just like fun to watch there was. I'm like, it was not a bad year at all. In fact, like I said, we had differing lists. Some stuff one had seen and the other hadn't, but like Spider-Man, you got that in there. I got Fallout in there when you didn't. It's like First Man made it to yours. I'm like, there was a plethora of
Quiet Place didn't make either list.
Either.
And Quiet Place was really good. It was very creative. It was another good spin on a tried and true formula. And like, dude, the fact that it's mostly sign language is just mind blowing.
It was just
the fact that I hung in there.
It was a good movie, like in premise and in most of its execution.
Yeah, Krasinski, full marks, dude. Yeah. Well done, sir. I look forward to anything more from him.
Absolutely.
And then Halloween, dude, I walked out. I was like, what'd you think? And you were like, I think I loved it. And I was like, I did too.
I think I fucking loved it. And I did.
Dude, I'm glad it made your list. I'm glad it made one of our lists. That was another one where I was like, I don't know.
A lot of variety. And I think there was only one or two. There was only two between us that the other person hadn't seen. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, what a great plethora of movies that came out this year. I'm like pretty high on 2018.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to start 2019. Alita Battle Angel's coming out real soon.
That movie looks so stupid. Is Detective Pikachu coming out this year?
Dude, May. They find during the big game.
Should see the way his face lit up when that terrible movie got announced.
Yeah, during the big game last week, fucking they announced May 10th. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whew, that's gonna be good.
I'm gonna have
Sonic the Hedgehog is at the end of the year too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jim Carrey's big return to the big screen. That'll be fun. Pikachu might be enjoyable, but
I as much as I think that movie looks like garbage, I have way more faith in it than Battle Angel or fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. So that being, like I said,
who's doing the voice of Sonic?
Schwartz. Who's this?
Jason Schwartz?
Not Jason Schwartz.
Jason Schwartzman?
Who is this guy? We looked it up last time.
Did we?
We did. Last time we talked about it. Let me look up.
Schwartzman? Jason Schwartzman? Schwartzman.
Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
That's an actor that's grown on me over the years. I fucking hate
Ben Schwartz.
Oh.
And James Marsden is in it, not doing a voice.
Yeah.
He's live action along with Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah, because I made the fucking joke about the terrible Peter Rabbit movie that came out a couple years ago.
Yes.
With, I don't know, I can't remember his name now. Richard Grieco.
So, yeah, so 18.
Brandt, that's his name.
2018, great. Looking forward to 2019 though. I'm ready for it. I mean, let's be real. Speaking of which, there was a Star Wars movie that came out in 2018. You're not gonna hear us talk about it.
No,
it's not that it was bad, and it was, but it's not that. Well, it was, but it's not even worth talking about because it's.
It wasn't even disappointing.
No,
it was just kind of
it really wasn't.
That was bad.
Well, yeah, that was bad, and I was actually excited that it was just bad, and then people wanted to start arguing that it was better than this or that, and I was like, "Oh, come on, guys!
Yeah, exactly.
Can we not do this? Can we not do this right now?
Really? Can we stop talking about Star Wars being dead?
Yeah, God, really? But we're gonna end the new trilogy this year. That should be exciting.
Yeah,
good or bad, like.
Good or bad, it was an interesting ride.
It's an interesting ride. And
the three that I'm upset that I didn't have an opinion on for this were Bumblebee, Venom, and Green Room. Oh, Green Book. Green Book. And,
yes, me too. A Star is Born.
A Star is Born for sure. But God, the British one, we talked about it last time.
Oh, The Favorite.
The Favorite.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see The Favorite. That just looked bonkers.
Yeah,
dude.
You're right. We should bring up that. Notable things we did not see. Green Book, which does seem great.
Oh, dude. Mahershala and fucking Viggo Mortensen. Every time Viggo Mortensen's on screen, it's great, dude. Yeah. He's an awesome actor.
Yeah, and Mahershala has just been killing it.
Oh, dude. He's in
I look forward to him in
I think
Battle
we talked
Angel.
about it last time where we were like, dude, he's in everything. I was like, I think he's always been around. We just now know his name.
We're just now noticing, yeah. But he's been doing great.
Stop making Battle Angel jokes, man.
He's in it.
Is he?
Yes. He's like the main bad guy.
I hate that fucking movie.
So I'm looking forward to him in that. But and then The Favorite, I've been hearing good things. And what's her? I forget her fucking name. I just want to say Sophie every time. But that was
right. Sophie. Soph. Mark, I'm drunk again.
Yeah. Jesus. And what other one did you say? Oh yeah, Bumblebee and Venom. It's Bumblebee. Like, we should have saw those probably. Yeah. Maybe even Ready Player One. I
actually genuinely wanted to see Bumblebee.
So do I.
And I kind of I have to know about Venom.
Same, but it's a hard sell for me.
I like Tom Hardy,
but Bumblebee. Once I heard like, hey, it's not garbage, I was kind of like, what? I gotta check this out.
I know. I was just like, it's a Transformers movie. Have you lost your goddamn mind?
Yeah.
Those haven't been decent since the first one.
Absolutely. So I'm not 100% on what's coming out this year, but Avengers fucking 4.
I was gonna say the end of it.
We're gonna talk about Captain Marvel.
And we get
a big unknown.
Spider-Man from Far From Home.
Spider-Man Far From Home, which
comes out after 4,
which is really odd.
I'm still trying to figure out the time frame on. Everybody thinks these people are dead. They're not fucking dead.
I know. It was an odd time for them to release that trailer though. Yeah. But I think it's set before. I don't fucking know. But
well, dude, and then they've been playing that Disney Marvel ping pong where they're like, it's after. No, it's before. No, it's after. No, it's before. You know, and so everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, so it'll be nice to wrap up a little bit of the superhero shit going on. We're gonna be wrapping up a little bit of Star Wars. I mean, they're not gonna stop making Star Wars.
No, well, because they got the Rian Johnson trilogy, and I don't know if that's still gonna.
Yeah,
fly.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows if that's still happening?
Like, no, man, we can't let you go. Everyone hates you.
Not to say that he would make it something bad, especially if he's making something different.
Well, I was going to say, if he's in charge from the word go, like, it's going to be great. You can't just come into the second movie and be like, it's mine.
Yeah, exactly. Most of people's criticisms are with how he handled established things.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make your own thing. I'm sure it'll be great.
Oh, yeah, it'll be awesome. It's so funny because I'm just like, man, people are going to really get mad.
I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see.
Get James Wan in there.
Yeah. So that'll be nice. Wrapping up some shit. Not that they're gonna stop making any of them, but for how long we've been in there, it'll be nice to get a little bit of closure.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, I'm looking forward.
It's hard to believe it's actually been that long since Force Awakens came out. It's crazy.
Yeah, and fucking and I'm looking forward to what's gonna surprise this year, come out of nowhere and surprise me.
Right.
So look forward to that. It's the new year has officially begun. Now that we got this episode out of the way, we're fucking
at the end of January.
We're gunning for 2000. Well, nothing comes out in January. We're gunning fucking full steam ahead 2019. We always make these promises, but let's see if we deliver. More content than ever.
We do have another Classic catch-up plan.
Classic catch-up plan.
Brain fart.
And we have a very, very special 2-part thing happening soon. So keep your eyes peeled. That leads us directly into our extra, where you can find us on all major podcasting apps, including Apple, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, etc. We're on SoundCloud. It's Mighty Fish Productions. This is the Mighty Movie Pod, where you can email us at mightyfishpodcast@gmail.com. We are at Mighty Fish Pod on Twitter. You can hit Josh at his personal email. I'm just kidding. And,
I was like, hey, Ryan.
And always, we are on YouTube. We are Mighty Fish Productions. We're on twitch.tv/Mighty Fish Productions. Nothing there. Don't go there.
Yeah, we keep talking like we're gonna do something. We haven't put it together yet.
Time, when all of a sudden we're making so much stuff here, we want to make more. Maybe we'll get to there, but we have to start making enough stuff here first.
Yeah.
But we're actually kind of on a little bit more time situation happening here, which is good.
Yeah.
So
I'm a lot more free with my time.
Available at the same time as I'm available.
Yeah.
So that's good for us. So thank you very much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this 2018 wrap up top 5. I have been Ryan.
I am still and always Josh.
And we will catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.